Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I am back on the Method YouTube channel looking at a God Comp mirror. God Comp is Frost Mage, Shadow Priest, supposed to be Resto Druid, but in this expansion, Holy Pally is actually the better healer for it. I want to quickly go over my talent and honor talent choice. So for honor talents, I'm playing a pretty standard build: Gladiator's Medallion, Mind Quickness, Prismatic Cloak, Temporal Shield, Frostbite, and Concentrated Coolness. This is a pretty standard build, guys. You don't change much here almost ever, and in this mirror, I think that's the best way to go. So talents are Lonely Winter, Shimmer, Incanter's Flow, Ice Nova, Frigid Winds to keep them super slow, Arctic Gale, and Glacial Spike. You can mess around with Comet Storm or Glacial Spike in this matchup. I thought Glacial Spike would be nice because, you know, it's wizard mirrors, you're not being trained, they only technically have one kick, although they do have a lot of CC and you can kind of get a lot of Glacial Spikes off. Whether or not you get them off isn't as important as the threat of getting one off. They're like, Glacial Spike, stop it, so they put kicks into it. They use blinks to immune it. They, might put CC into it to stop it, and just the threat of that Glacial Spike maybe going off is really, really nice. Okay guys, so starting this game off, we're going to try to do CC chains onto the Pally, and our primary kill target here in this game is going to be the Shadow Priest, although all three kill targets are definitely an option. So we fear the Pally into a full sheep, get a fear on the Mage as well, and get a nice big opener here with a Hajj, an Orb, tons of damage out on the Shadow Priest, and we get his Trinket right away, and we get his Dispersion right away. So this opener is phenomenal for us. We get that cross CC, we get the stun, and we get the Orb. This is exactly what you want to be going for as God Comp here. Now they're doing their go on our Shadow Priest. So basically, we're going to be doing our go where we CC the Pally and burst the Priest, and then they do their go where they CC our Pally and burst our Priest. It's back and forth, and you kind of want to try to CC as much as possible and get these goes. So right here we have another sheep, or another fear rather. I tried to go for a sheep, but my Shadow Priest silenced instead. Here we're just doing a lot of damage. I'm getting CC'd, but my Priest is actually doing a lot of damage here. Mind controls the Shadow Priest low, kind of low HP. I get the sheep on the Pally, he cancels the MC, and we're getting the Shadow Priest nice and low once again. Get him actually pretty extremely low there with that Glacial Spike. So there's Glacial Spike paying dividends where I normally wouldn't be playing it. I'm not sure if the enemy mage is playing Glacial Spike here, but definitely good with it, definitely good without it. So it's kind of up to you with whether you want to do Comet or Glacial. We get another Hammer of Justice here, another Hajj onto the Pally. I've been bolting the Shadow Priest here, he's getting solo, but my Priest is under pressure. He's in a full Hajj, my Pally's in a full sheep. I locked the mage there on that re, and looks like we're gonna be okay. Start sheeping up the mage. I'm just doing damage here to the Shadow Priest. Get a full sheep onto the Pally now. Shadow Priest is in a little bit of trouble, but he has great mind controls. My Priest is just continuing to pump out the damage with those dots, but he's sitting sheep. So their mage is doing a great job of sheeping the Shadow Priest, sheeping me back and forth when we're trying to do our burst. And I'm trying to do the same thing, getting CC on both of them while we're doing while they're trying to kill us. We get Shadow Priest dispersed there, which is pretty nice. So he has no disperse again. The trinkets are coming back up. We have a lot less cooldowns, and so this is not as good as it was in the opener, but we're still in a pretty decent spot here. Get a mind control in to bring the Shadow Priest into us. That was a great mind control there by Wizk. Getting full dots up. Pally dispels. We get more dots up onto the Shadow Priest. We can even dot up the mage here if we want. And the Shadow Priest is taking so much damage. We get a fear onto the Pally. I'm going to try my best to sheep off of that. As you see, I get counterspelled there onto the sheep. Pally gets dispelled. I get full sheep, and it kind of ruins our go. So this mage is doing a great job of stopping my goes. We get the silence onto the Pally into a sheep. So this Shadow Priest is actually in some trouble here. Gets some nice damage off, and the Pally is forced to bubble and sacrifice the Shadow Priest here. So that's one of their big cooldowns. If you kind of want to look at it as they have Disperse, they have Life Swap, and they have Bubble Sack. Since the Pally is playing Melee Wings and he's playing Relentless, Bubble Sack is kind of the only option that he is going to be able to get that sacrifice off, because we're going to CC through him otherwise. And since he has no Trinket, then yeah, Bubble Sack is one of the big cooldowns. So we got Bubble Sack, we've gotten Disperse, we just got Trinket there, so we're slowly wearing through their cooldowns, but we are running lower on cooldowns ourselves. So now they're doing a go. Look at that silence over there onto my Paladin. A little scary here. I belfed the mage into a sheep. Sheep the Pally now full, so now we have a go back onto them. My Pally still CC'd, so my Priest is under a little bit of pressure. Got to resheep on the Pally. Hopefully we can make something happen to this. Quarter sheep onto the Pally, have that instant blizzard down to try to reduce the cooldown of Orb, and we do get that dispersion out from the Shadow Priest. So Mage no trinket, Shadow Priest no trinket, no bubble sack, no dispersion. This is very, very good for us right now in this game. You know, but going forward, we are, you know, my Priest has no trinket, my Priest has no dispersion, my Pally, I think still does have trinket, still does have bubble, but he doesn't have his melee wings available. He doesn't have sack, so this is pretty scary here for all of us. By the way, this add-on that I'm tracking all these cooldowns is Party Ability Bars. I can have it linked down below if you guys want to check it out. Do get feared, fear the Pally into a full sheep. Hodge onto the Priest, doing a pretty decent kill attempt, but the problem is the Mage once again spam sheeping me. I really need to either blink these sheeps on that the enemy Mage is throwing out, or counterspell them so we can get effective goes onto their Shadow Priest. Since Pally has no bubble, a Pally swap is definitely something we always want to kind of look out for. If my Shadow Priest dots up that Pally, and he has no bubble, no trinket, Pally is something we could definitely just do a pretty crazy hard swap onto. We get a full fear onto the Pally, into a full sheep, Orb over here onto the Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest is in a little bit of trouble, but look at this, once again, I'm just getting spam sheeped up, and I have no counter spell available, nothing I can really do. I have one blink to avoid a sheep, and then after that, it's just, you know, I just get spam sheeped over and over and over. So that Mage is doing a great job of just peeling when he needs to peel. And I'm trying to do the exact same thing. So they're going, I'm spam sheeping the Mage right here, right? Getting a little scary, I start spam sheeping the Mage. I think we're okay. I'll switch the full sheep onto the Pally, get a full sheep onto the Pally. Now doing damage back onto the Shadow Priest. Wizk is kind of doing the same thing here, keeping spread pressure onto the Shadow Priest a little bit. He can also dot up the Mage a little bit when he's not sheeped. He's getting fears and silences onto this Pally, and I'm kind of coordinating them in and out of my sheeps. My Pally goes into a full sheep there, and Wizk is forced to use his dispersion because of that full Hammer of Justice coming out onto him. I'm getting spam sheeped up once again. This sheep wasn't too bad, but I blocked it because I was like, okay, game's been this long, I haven't needed to block once. I full sheep the Pally, we get a full Hodge onto the Priest, we do force his trinket out there, and we're kind of all running around on this top little pillar here. Not a bad spot to be at. Keeping that Pally swap kind of open if we want it. Lock out the Pally and Holy, and we get that dispersion. But now I just swap on over to the Pally. I get an Ebon Bolt and an Orb off to him. He uses Wall, but it's not going to be enough. Wizk channeling his artifact ability, and the Pally will go down. So pretty awesome end there, actually, guys. If we rewind and take a look at that, this was actually designed to be a Shadow Priest go, but what happens is I lock the Pally in one of his casts. The Orb is kind of turreting him down. I get a full Ebon Bolt off. My Priest gets some dots up, gets his artifact ability off, and the Pally just goes down since he has no bubble, no trinket available, and his melee wings were pretty much over. So that's a pretty awesome game, guys. It was back and forth for a lot of that game, and I think for a little bit in that game, we were actually behind, but we got a nice kill, nice swap over to the Pally. Like I said, any of the three are potential kill targets. You always want to keep that in mind. Here was the damage breakdown of that game. Shadow Priest damage very similar, Mage damage very similar, and Pally damage very similar as well. So that's that. If you guys like these breakdowns, make sure to check out my channel, Xaryu TV. I'll have the link down below as well. Pretty much break down games like this every single day on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to thumbs the video up if you did, and thumbs it down if you didn't. And try to talk to you guys down below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.